Hola Chica, welcome back to my channel today. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. In today's video, we're going to talk about Pinterest, and not just what Pinterest is, but how you personally can use it as a female business owner to bring more traffic and monetization to your online business. So if that sounds like something you want to learn more about, just keep on watching. So Pinterest has over 330 million active users, and of those 330 million, 71% are actually female, and 42% are US female adults who use Pinterest daily and weekly. And a staggering 83% of pinners say they have converted actual sales and customers through their pinning. So basically what they're sharing on Pinterest via their pins is driving traffic to their own online business and bringing them more income. So Pinterest is an amazing tool that is actively today bringing so much monetization to female entrepreneurs just like you. So Pinterest is basically a dumbed down version of Google. So a lot of times we call it a social media, but it's really not. In fact, about 2017, Pinterest tried to enact communities on the platform, which was a lot more like a social media place to collaborate and connect. And it didn't really work. Why? Because Pinterest is not meant for that. People come to the platform looking for solutions, answers to things, recipes, tutorials, tips, travel advice, etc. So Pinterest wants to be a resource to provide information and allow users to go from their platform to external resources. So with Pinterest, what are some things you can utilize starting today as a female business owner to help bring more traffic and income to your online business? Well, lucky for you that you stopped by, because I'm going to provide you with 4 easy to do tips that will actually enhance your Pinterest platform. So let's dive right in. So first and foremost, with your Pinterest account, you want to make sure that you are set up as business. And with that, you want to enact rich pins. So if you're unsure how to get your Pinterest profile set up as business, I invite you to check out this blog post, because I am going into a little more depth, step by step, how to do that. It's very simple, but it does take a few different tweaks if your Pinterest platform right now is strictly personal and not used for business. And once your Pinterest is set up as a business account, you can then use rich pins. And rich pins are basically when someone comes to your pin and it shows a little excerpt from whatever link you're sharing. So if it's a blog post, for example, it shares an actual little excerpt from that blog post to drive more engaged traffic. So they're seeing an example, and it's more likely they will click through and actually read or view the rest of whatever it is you're sharing. So you want to have your pins set up as rich pins. So when you do business account with Pinterest, it allows you to really easily do so. To be honest, I looked for a long time trying to find tutorials of how to do it on my platform with Kajabi. So if you have Kajabi like I do, or if you just want to know in general how to set up rich pins, you can check out, again, this blog post where I'm diving in step by step on how you can do that. So that's just a preface that I wanted to share with you, because it's really important to have your Pinterest set up as business as you are beginning to use it as a tool to market your online business. So now that we have that out of the way, let's dive into tip number 1. So you want to have engaging, vertical, bold Pinterest pins. A lot of times it comes through trial and error, figuring out which pins stand out best with your audience. But when you have bold, clear, easy to see pins that stand out, it's more likely that pinners are going to click through and actually go to whatever it is you have linked with your pin. So here's an example of a pin that I did that got a lot of really strong traffic to my actual website. And if you look at it, you see that it's bold writing, it's very clear, it's vertical and large sized, and this allows the pin to really stand out and not be as cluttered in a feed of so many other pins. So if you do like a little horizontal pin, or just an image with no text on it, it's not as likely that your pin will stand out. It is even less likely that someone will click through and actually go learn more about whatever it is you're sharing. So make sure they are bold, vertical pins anytime you share onto Pinterest. A really awesome tool that I utilize for free is Canva, and I've mentioned Canva a little bit before on my previous videos here on my channel, but again, you can use Canva totally for free to do this. And just like with my video content and my blog post and everything else with my brand, I like to batch my pins. So for me, Wednesdays is a day that I spend creating pins for the next 2 weeks. So every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, I will create pins for that next 2 weeks. But let's go into tip number 2 first, because it's very important, and that is using keywords and hashtags and descriptive information within the description of your pins. So just like when you think of a YouTube video, the description of your video is really, really important because it's helping your SEO, and by placing particular keywords that match up with whatever it is you are sharing that are also being searched in Google, it's more likely your video will be seen. So Pinterest is amazing in that it allows you to actually use hashtags now, even in the description. It allows you to add a heavy number of text within the pin's description, where you even can add a call to action, which I definitely recommend having some call to action for your pin viewers to know how to engage and what they're going to get when they click through. And also having your title be really, really clear and full of keywords. So even though you have text on your actual pin, it's important that your title is optimized and that it actually identifies what the pin is about, and also is something that pinners are searching for in Pinterest. So just like Google, when you search, the Google search bar, you can see what comes up first in various different niches, like female entrepreneurship, for example. You can see what the common search terms are that are related to that women are actually searching for right now in Google. It's the exact same with Pinterest. And what's cool about Pinterest is that you can get other ideas from other pinners, and you can see how their traffic is doing and how many pins they are getting. And you can see what's actually being boosted to the top with the Explore page on Pinterest. So you can look at these pins and realize, okay, something about these pins is working. They're engaging, they're vertical, they're bold, they have strong keywords, they use hashtags, and the pinner has put a call to action within the description of the pin. So again, think of Pinterest like a search engine, because it really is, and it's full of 71% women. So if you are a female business owner and your audience and your target demographic is a type of woman, there is a huge opportunity for you to get really good ROI with your Pinterest pinning. So just as a refresher, let's go over the first 2 tips. The first one was having strong vertical pins that are engaging, bold, and stand out to pinners. The second is utilizing keywords within your pin title and within your pin description. So make sure you are saying things that are optimal, that will answer what pinners are actually looking for when they come to Pinterest and search. So now on to the third tip, and we hit on this just a moment ago a little bit, and that is have 3 to 5 pins for each of your different pieces of content. So let's say you are a female blogger and you do blog posts, you have a YouTube channel, you have Instagram posts, you have Facebook posts, you have online courses or products that you sell. You can have 3 to 5 pins for each of these different pieces of content. So like I mentioned earlier, every other Wednesday I will make pins for the next 2 weeks. So I will say, okay, this blog post needs 3 to 5 strong, vertical, engaging pins. So I will create that on Wednesday, which is my Pinterest batch creating day, and I will basically create 3 pins that are a little different. They're not all the exact same pin. You want to make sure they are different and kind of have some different descriptions on the pin, because if they're all the same pin, then people are not going to keep pinning the same exact pin if they show up one after the other on your profile. So make sure they are different styles and different, keywords that you are using that still relate back to the main topic you are sharing. And along with that, an example of a service that I provide is one-on-one coaching. So I will create 3 to 5 pins that actually relate to my one-on-one consulting. So these are pins that I'm using to drive more traffic and more potential customers to my one-on-one coaching programs. So like I said, with blog posts, with any services or products you provide, maybe you have Lightroom presets, you can create pins for any piece of your content. And this is basically putting your content out there in Pinterest and providing opportunity for more people to come across your content or come across your products and services. So having that 3 to 5 ratio of each piece of content you actually have on a weekly basis is going to expand monumentally the amount of traffic you can receive. And you might be wondering now, okay, what time am I going to have to spend in batching all these pins? It takes some time to create the style for one pin. I'm glad you asked, because this has been a lifesaver for me, and that is Tailwind. I cannot speak highly enough about Tailwind. I've seen legitimate results, a huge boost in confidence personally with using Pinterest. Tailwind took me from about 4,000 views per month, impressions per month, to over 600,000 impressions per month. And if I still have the screenshots, I'm gonna show you here in this video just so you can see. But Tailwind got me organized and it allowed me to have a plan for my batching. So Tailwind is a scheduler tool that is in collaboration with Pinterest, and they also now have expanded to Instagram, but I've specifically used it for my Pinterest scheduling. And basically, Tailwind optimizes your time, so it knows exactly when your pins will perform best, and you can plug in your pins to Tailwind and actually schedule them to whatever time that looks like. So you can get them scheduled ahead of time, and they will actually share themselves on Pinterest. So it's manual, so it's automatic. You do not have to manually pin yourself. You put it in Tailwind. You make all your pins, you put them in Tailwind, and it actually shares for you. And what's even cooler about Tailwind is they have Tailwind tribes. And these tribes you can join, you simply request. They typically have a few rules that you should follow that are typically basic. And you can actually repin other Tailwind tribe members' content. And also you can put your pins within these tribes to add more potential opportunities to have your pins repinned and reshared. So it's cool because these tribes are very niched down. So you can actually look for tribes that relate to your business and join those tribes. So you don't want to join tribes that have nothing to do with your online business. You want it to be like-minded individuals who also understand what it is you share and might even become customers themselves. So Tailwind offers these amazing tribes, an easy schedule system that you can utilize to get some consistency, organization, and more stress-free batching for your pins. So I love Tailwind. I actually use it now. I have the paid version, which was about, I think it was about $130 for the whole year to get basically unlimited pins that I can schedule. So I'll double check on that price, but I'm pretty sure that's around what it cost. But for the entire year, and think about how much opportunity you are having to bring more traffic to your business. And as a result, more income. So I 10 out of 10 recommend this tool. I never recommend tools that I have not used and would not recommend, because I know, our resources are invaluable, our money is hard earned, and we don't want to spend money on just tools that are fluff and that will not help us. So if you're interested in pursuing Tailwind, I actually have a link that you can use to get a free trial with Tailwind. So if you check it out and you have some questions, definitely let me know. I'm here to answer them. Drop a comment below and just let me know if you do. I would love to answer your questions about Pinterest in general, and especially this amazing tool that I think will be really helpful for you. And to tag along with this, I also have a Pinterest group board. And Pinterest group boards are actually on Pinterest, the Pinterest app itself, but you can join my board and it's full of other female entrepreneurs. That's essentially the theme. It's full of other female bloggers and content creators and influencers who are sharing their pins and trying to gain more traffic and repinning to their content. So it's a great resource to engage with other pinners basically, and to get your value out there even more and to really expand it. So if you're interested in joining my group board, simply go to the link in the description box below and I will get you right in. I'm excited to have you. So I hope these 4 tips were easy for you to understand. I hope they made sense. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming. Definitely drop a comment if you have any questions or if anything wasn't clear for you. I'm always more than happy to answer any questions you have. The whole point of this channel is to provide you with more value and more insight and simply more confidence as a female entrepreneur. And I know that Pinterest has definitely done that for me in my business. And what's really cool about Pinterest is they want people to leave the platform. They want pinners to actually go to the resources, external resources that are being linked by pins. That is the goal, because it's just like Google. They want to make sure they're providing their pinners with the information they seek. So they want the pinners to be finding solutions to their problems on the Pinterest platform. So just think of it like that. They want to keep their customers happy. They want to keep their users happy, just like you and I do. So I hope this was awesome. I will definitely share more videos about Pinterest if you love it. Definitely leave a comment if there's any videos you would like to see moving forward. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for good vibes. And I'll see you in the next one. Besos.